Hey guys, just stooped into this fish. It's been taking a bit of line off me. We're down near the bridge, railway bridge now. Try to get the trying to get my power up a little bit by drinking a few cocktails. Looks like it could be another cat. I had a 17.3 kilogram cat about half an hour ago, and this is heavy on the bottom. I think that clicking means we're not making any progress. In fact, it's solid on the bottom there. We got it to move at least. We're anchored down, so we can't move the boat and follow it, and we can't reel up to the fish by free boating. If you do hook into these fish and you're not anchored down, the boat will go towards the fish, you know. The fish will tow it, actually, you know. Need to be able to pitch the camera angle round a little bit. I don't know why that's taking the line. We might not get this thing, guys, even though we've managed to stop it at the moment. It goes round the corner of that bridge. We're struggling. It looks like that's where it's heading. On 29 odd. I'll try and do the old aim it back routine. See if this will stop it taking line. It's unorthodox technique, but it's the only way I find to stop it taking line off. Aiming the rod away from the fish. The rod's towards me back now, and it's still trying to take line. Well, I got a bit of line coming. Not much, but we've got. I think it's took it back now, but we had our first break. Maybe that's not the correct word to use, so we actually moved it. Yeah, it's coming. There's a time like that. Yeah, just that little off-screen break and it makes it run. That's not fair, is it? We've got to somehow get that to be able to set like a feed up that you can just hit a button and you refit top all your feeds up. Not have to go out to screen to do it. A bit of a stalemate here. It's got the same power as us now, I think. Although we can't budge it can take line off us, so maybe it's still got a bit too much power. Come on. Hooray, started moving. The reason I'm aiming back, if I turn round, it'd take line off as I were reeling. This is the only way I've managed to find to stop them running and pull them rather than them taking line off, you know. Your rod will start lifting once you get the fish close to the boat. And then you can twist round into the fish then. A bit like this, it may be getting closer now. See where are we at? I can't see the fish. But it is moving. I'd say this is a bit easier fight than the 17-kilogram one what we've got of a cat. That's if it is a cat. It's a typical cat sort of bite. It's, you know, it's heavy but not going crazy around the river. It's like more like a dead weight sort of thing. Get it up on the surface. Have they come out this close, so gotta You see some of that on top? Yeah, it's another cat, I think. Doesn't look as big as the other. I'm going to try and get as close to the boat. I didn't notice my power bar getting that low. Might just be okay with this one. We've got just a bit left. I don't actually know how close I am to the boat. I'll try my best before I show it the landing net. I think we're close enough yet. And occupied. Okay. Close, but no record for me. Invested 17.3, but that's another good fish. Same tactics, just a different pool at the other side of the river. Take a quick photo and keep it. Okay, I'll show you the rig I used for that. That's the rig and rod used and settings. This is where my levels are. They need repairing, you know. You don't have to buy the guides until they get about 30%. I've been told anyway. Just see how you go on. But the blank needs repairing. Repair the blank. When you repair the eyes, the guides, you get a new set, so you can run that quite low. But the blank needs repairing. Mine went over 7%, and it went from something what should have been 24 kilogram. It only lost 7%, but it snapped on a 3.5 pound carp. So I think a few of the settings still need adjusting in the game, like, you know. But it can be expensive because they're not cheap, these rods, you know. I bought a couple of rods, you know, and that was one what I had bought. Okay, location I tried to set to is 128. I mean, anywhere around here, it's fine. I'm fishing the deep pool, the 10. We're anchored up somewhere around this dot on that map there. We're probably just on the edge of this pool, and I'm fan casting as I have in the other video, you know, the streams. I'm casting from the boat across to the shallow opposite side of the pool, then retrieving it back on a very slow speed. But with the current coming down this way, from north to south, you don't need a lot of speed to actually get the action on the lure. You know, I'm on speed 4, but with the current, it's like simulating a speed 12 sort of thing, you know. And it is lifting and dropping, and they call it jig something. Let's just give it a cast. So I'm anywhere from that, well, anywhere from there to the centre, or maybe the end of the bridge, really. That's covering this deep 10-metre. There's a pool right under us, so I've been getting most of my bites between that second post, that's the first post, the second column, and that tree. So that tree to the second column, that's where I've been concentrating most of my casts. Sometimes it casts to the right, and sometimes it casts to the left. But if you probably can't see the line being blue. I'll try and hold it against that water. So it's a shallow, you know, it's just on the other edge of the pool, and hopefully it will drop in after a few reel-ins. Look, you see it drop. That drop means it's just gone in the edge of the deeper pool. I think we're only catching the edge of it on the left-hand side, and we're doing a jig step, which is pressing R. You can see the speed. Actually, anything from 4, which I said I was on 4, anything from 4 to 10, we're touching the bottom of the. We'll get the jig step. See, I'm on 4 now, and if you watch where the water enters the line enters the water, if I reel, it's just lifting to the left a bit and then dropping back, and we're getting the jig step. The more you reel, the more the line lifts. There we go, and we got into one. It's not very big, this one. You can press shift to reel faster. That will, you know, speed up the retrieval when they're small fish like this. So. You will get an increase of pressure on your power gauge when you press shift. So if you're in red, don't press shift, because it will increase that tension, and you could take it right to the end. You never want the red colour go to the end of these bars, or else you will be breaking something. You can quit out of the game to save all your gear. If you're stuck, you don't seem to be able to. I've seen it done a few times. I've freed up a few times, but it's not worth the risk of breaking a rod just to free up a spinner. But if you close the game up by escape, and obviously the exit door, and come out of the game, you will be respawned back at the beginning of the water. But you will have that lure and all your line, what was tangled and stuck, or if there was a fish taking your line and you didn't want to break because it were a 36 silver lure and line, expensive line, you come out of the game and you get to save your spinner and stuff. We used to use Alt F4 in Fishing Planet. I'm not sure whether that closes this game off the same way, but it's just easy to hit escape and quit the game. Right, we're dropping down now, going down into the deep water, and just start a jig step, stop and go. You can hold shift and do a. If you see the tip of the rod's going more now, I'm on speed 4, but I'm holding shift, so it's actually reeling faster. I'll let go of shift now, and it'll slow down the reel. You can see the reel's going slow. But both will get a jig step. And touching bottom. Seem to get the better bites when it's saying touching bottom as well as jig step. Across that area, I seem to do quite well. Usually do well for nice size sand area, but I haven't had any up to now. This is not big. It's a very soft rod tip that I'm spinning with, so this will not be too big a fish. grasp. Wondered what that fish was. He's a set the tip for the corner of the that island on my right. Just gives me a target to get the setup going. Probably doing a just less than a half a turn each time. Then. This is not so big. A good perch. This lure seems very good at. Or should I say, I don't seem to catch many fish on this lure. I think I should be fishing a little bit further out. The wind's taking. The wind's taking the line. Bit unlike that. He's found a shore and then I think casting for the tree. It's just the wind's taking the line. If you can see it bore to the left when I cast. I'm just dropping into the pool again. See the angle of the line, windy. Try and get our power up before, unfortunately, we'll run out of coffee again. That line went slack then, do you see it? It's a little bit better. This might be one of them Sanders, better stand. Although I have been getting some chub fight a bit above their weight. Should be coming to its surface soon. If that's a tiny one. That is a tiny, beautiful fish though, isn't it? Tiny little fish. I've nearly got the full family. To the right a bit, I think. He says, and it still goes left. but you do get a lot of bites where they're coming towards you and the line goes slack, which is same, you know, exactly the same in real life. So if you're cage feeder fishing and you're just listening for your bites, you may find you miss a few because you have to watch your line as well. You don't mind missing a few if you're just chilling and just listening. But if you was in a match, you'd be listening for the bell, or you'd be watching the line and the tip of the rod, possibly. Right. Don't usually get that on this lower down here. I've gone a little bit to the right. Let's see if we can get into them zander, because they do soon get the silver up. Get a few of them around the 3.5, 4 kilogram mark. Man's been averaging about 2 kilogram in this location. Why went slack against here? And marked and missed it. Looks like there's something little. That is a tiny thing. Well, no. There's bigger ones where that came from this time. Right, let's go a bit further right. Make sure we get right this time. Swell up there, isn't it? See if we get them zander. No. Don't think I've had any yet. Right, we've got shallow, so we've gone across the pool. Let's see how many it takes to drop in. See it drop in then. So we could go back with our boat so that we actually drag down the far side and back up the near side of the pool. Because we're getting a lot of bites over the shelf of the near side of the pool, if you can follow that. Near where we anchored, if we were over the shelf when we're dragging it up, I was getting bites good on that shelf on the way back up. The secret slack again. This is a bit better, and it's solid. Oh, not solid. Acted solid for a minute. Just on the limit of my real drag, you know. We're moving it, so it's not as big as anything it's lagging to. The location, I always wondered what them pop-ups were saying when it were in Russian. Location railway bridge. There we go. So, coming up quite quick now, so I don't think it's anything too special. But if that's the thing, if that's a, it's not nothing too special. That's a cracker. That's a lovely fish. Lucky me. Beautiful eyed. Right stuff. We'll keep that one, guys. That was solid on the bottom for a bit. Nice fish. Look's gone up now. And that was casting around there, wasn't it? And that was on the 4-speed. Dropping into the pool again. Done quite well with this lure down in this pool. Had a couple of ghost sort of bites where like this. It's only a tiny fish, but it looks like there's a fish on, and then when you get the lure to the top of the water, there's no fish on it, you know. So I don't know whether that's a glitch in the game or the fish has got off just below the surface or something. That's a long way down there now. Sorry, I've not been checking my chat. I only have one monitor at the moment, so I have to. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I've just spotted you there. I'm just checking the chat. Yeah, so our British, yeah, cheers, yeah. It's a happy day for us British guys to actually be to know when it's telling you, you know, your line broke off and things like that. It's yeah, you fishing the tub? Yeah, I think it. I'm not sure how you pronounce your name, mate, but thanks for dropping in and watching the stream. Hope the stream's okay for you. Not too laggy or anything. It's just a stop and go of the jig step. A very even spaced gap to how much I reel. So if I reel for one, I pause for one, and then reel for one again, and that gets the you know, that went slack again. You see it? A lot of the bites do slack off. The line actually goes slack. This one's coming to the top, okay, not too big again. It might be a record shell, you never know. I was surprised with the last one. I think this is our first zander, I think, in this pool. Might have caught some a bit further up. So we're getting some nice fish between these posts here. We've already had a 16 cat. So we keep on at this rate, we'll have a good session. Right, it's dropped. You see it drop in, reel a steep angle now there. So that's probably the deepest part of the pool. The pool is, this is the pool we're fishing, the deepest part of the whole river. and anchored up just on this corner of the pool, casting towards the centre of the bridge and the tree at this corner. So by casting like that and going towards the bridge, centre of the bridge, and then back to the tree, we're actually covering the full pool. Got a couple of streams where I've just been concentrated, like anchored there and doing the same on that one, and both pools produce very good fish. I've done the same with that and this one. These two seem to be better for me with the lures I've tried up to now. And yeah, it's great to be using Russian fishing with English, you know, everything in English. It's such a great game. It was a great game in Russian, but this absolutely tops it all, you know. If you, I don't know if you're a long-time player or you're just starting, but this game, they've got it all, everything right except the price of the tackle, I think, and how the tackle can't be repaired once it's broken. You know, you should be able to buy a blank on a rod, and you know, once you broke that rod, you should be able to buy a new blank for it, not just totally bin it, you know, because they're expensive to repair, to replace. Seems to be going a bit darker, eh? This pool does produce at night as well, so you know, give it a go. Let's try to say hi on the chat.
Hello, mate. Where to?
Hey, yo. What you... Hey! Huh?
Didn't realise I'd turned the mic off, guys. Sorry. I don't know how long I've been yapping without the mic on. The missus come in from shopping, so I was just saying we've swapped lure to try and have a change and target a few different fish, so the pool doesn't go completely dead. If you target the same fish for too long, the pool will go off. So if we've been catching like catfish and asp quite well. If we carry on catching them, it will die out that pool. So by changing lures, you can actually, maybe now I might catch pike and perch with this lure. This lure has caught a salmon as well, an 8 kilogram salmon. I'm going to go for a restock of coffee and sausage meat very soon. So I think that's when I'll end the stream. When I'll do another 5 minutes, see if this lure does okay. How long we've been streaming? Probably too long. We've been streaming an hour, so probably long enough for a stream into. But you could always stop the stream and then start it again and carry on from where you left off, or fast forward to the end. I know that there's like a picture on the the time bar, so you can actually fast forward and see that there's a fish in the window, and then just watch that the it went soft. It's like, and this is a good fish, I think. Oh, this might be a salmon actually. It's moving about in the water depth, Yeah, there may not be no stopping this one, guys. He's a powerful one. Tell you what I want to do. I want to try and get some power on get these going. Try and get these up wise, taking our line. A powerful fish. Might only be something like a 6 kilogram salmon, but they don't half go. I'm going to try my little technique. It don't look like it's working, but if you aim away from the fish, you seem to be able to get a little bit of see the rod there. Look like Harry Potter then with my wand. Just hold it there. It looks a very unorthodox. I've lost it now. It's a very unorthodox way of holding the thing, but you can't. Sometimes you can. It's going to break my line, guys. Yeah. I was just seeing if the thing it's gone to the end of the line. Yeah, another good fish. Bites the dust. Oh, we'll go back and weigh the fish in. I need to get some stronger. I need a stronger reel, really. There's just times where you need to snap your line. Really, I shouldn't have let that get to the end of the line, get close enough to get to the end of the line, really. Because if I'd have come out to the, if I'd have closed the game up completely, I would have saved me spinner, you know, my lure. Some of these locations, but never knew what they said when they popped up. I always thought they were, you know, pointing out deep pools or something, you know, whether it said like deep water or some sort of notification. I had an idea there was something like that in Russian, you know what I mean? We've only just got the English version yesterday. Winter hole, so that would be possibly this one, I think. We're just travelling back to the dock now. We're just at the end of the island, if you can see. So that is possibly that, or possibly that. We're getting to that area. But if it were me, I'd try them all. Try different locations on the bank and try different areas. You can troll, put your rods in the, you know, in the rod holders. Put 2 rods out, and you will catch. You can hear the drag go off, you know. I hope we get a lot of silver for that, you know, for them fish, because I need to buy some line, and I need to buy a new spoon, the Hypnotic, was it 7? Hypnotic, the green one, Hypnotic 5, I think. I'll be buying that back. I've actually snapped on a couple of fish through my fault locking the reel out. It's a bad habit I have, and on the early waters, on the, you know, up to late 4, you can lock the reel out, and they're slower at doing the, you know, the runs, so you've a chance of risking it going into red, but you've a chance, you have the time to roll the wheel back and take the drag down. But with these, it's these fish, this salmon, I think it was a salmon last night and a salmon just now, I feel. They are very, very fast fishing. There's no way of stopping that going in red if you do lock your reel up. Anchor out. Engine off. Stand up. Enter the dock. Okay, guys, let's see what we got. I don't think we had too many fish, but there were a couple of good fish, weren't there? We're not so many, have we? There for what we're fishing. That's good more than I thought it would. 9 for that. Let's buy price. Wow, look at that. 3 kilogram hide, 51 silver. That's good. 51 silver. That's nearly my best fish fat. 32. It's like double, isn't it? So for every kilogram of catfish, you get 2 silver. So an 83, that's 166 silver, isn't it? Wow. Okay. Any others of note? The pike do well. See, that's only 1.5 pike. Yet it's give you 2, nearly 3. And the zander, like I said, the zander, I've had one up to 4.5 kilogram, and they pay really good. I think it was 28, 26 silver. They pay really well then. But that's a it's got 2 ticks on it. That's a cracker, isn't it? That's a good session, that. Yeah, we got 106 silver. 17 fish, not bad that. Okay guys, I'm going to leave it at that. A lovely day. I'll be streaming again soon after this one, once I've restocked up coffee and bought bought the lure I've just lost again. They are quite dear. Let's obviously see how dear they are. Just take you up to the tackle shop. Anybody who's not been to this area, this door is your food. You click in there, you get your food and all your stuff. If you mix one of them, you get 5 one. You mix that with the wine, this wine, get 5 of them. You go to the tent, the campsite, light the fire, press Y on the pot, and you can warm the wine and the spice up and make mulled wine. It's just like creating base. I'll probably show you if you want. You've probably seen it. Anybody who's seen making mulled wine and coffee and tea. Tea. We need some of this sausage. This is what we need. Anybody notice that silver going down fast? It's quite expensive to keep up in food and stuff. The teas, we've got a few teas actually. I don't need too many of them, but I'll show you how they're made. We've got more or less got everything. One I find really worth it. This is sausages. I thought this was chocolate when it were in Russian, but it being like that, I thought them were chocolate segments. I couldn't actually see it that close. But obviously now it's sausages, sausage meat. But that's very good, that, because it does same as what the big sausage does there. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, the Pepsi done. I need some of these. Let's have a see. I still want to be able to buy a boat license. Let's have a see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be 6 silver, I think. Okay. Go and get that lure we just lost. And then I'll take you across to show you another tip of how to get your... Where are we at? That's Lewis. That's the one we've actually lost, isn't it? That one. So that's 19. And get that back again. I think I have all the rest. I've got all the rest. That's worth getting again. I'd probably carry 2 of them because it's that good a lure. Okay. What we're doing now. I think the only other thing to show, if anybody's watching it who's not actually been in, they've got a new feature. One I've only just found out. If you guys have not been into the ground baits yet, they've got a new feature now where you can actually target. In fact, I've not seen it yet. I'll have to show you. They've got a new feature where you can actually target the species. That weren't like that before, were it? You just had ground bait or you had PVA stick. Now you can actually target the mix you're making for the, for what you're fishing for. So I've been after trying to get the bream going, so we need 1 pearl barley, 1 maggot, 1 boiled millet, and 1 aniseed. So you're not guessing at it. You can actually. The only problem is you can only make 10 balls of each. You know, of them. Where if you're making the ground bait yourself, you can actually make 2 lots of it. So it said what it said, pearl barley, and we want a pearl barley. Have a couple pearl barley. Maggots, wouldn't it? So you want 2 maggots. 5 maggots. 1, 2. And an aniseed. Aniseed. 2, and make 2 mixes of it onto. And it was millet porridge, I think. 1, 2. Okay. Now I don't know if it's still they still got it, but before you could fail in a mix. I'll show you. We're going to make the bream mix. Pearl barley, 1 of them. 1 maggot. Oh, I've got 3 of them. I didn't know. 1 of them, and there you go. That should prepare a bream mix for us if it works. There we go. We've got a bream mix, 10 balls, duration 19 hours. That's how long they'll last. If you throw them in, it's a 19-hour, just under a day's. Hi guys, back again. Sorry, just shot into the wife. Okay, so that's the bait made. I was going to show you a little trick here. If this is the Volkhov, I think, River. I may have pronounced that wrong. I'll have to check it again. They've not. Can we have an English sticker on here, please? Well, just realised that. But yeah, in Russia, when in Russia, they're not going to change all the road signs for you. So it'd be good to have like a little translator where you could like little magnifying glass, you mouse it over and it changes it to English for you. That'd be cool. Or your iPhone. That'd be good, wouldn't it? So you press the on here and you teleport. Anybody who's don't know where we are, the dock in the town. We've just been there. We've pressed the letter E on the life ring, and they have a ferry service. You see that's supposed to show a ferry service or boat, but basically it teleports you from that dock to this dock here, so you don't have to take the journey by boat, and you can actually, without buying a boat license, you can teleport to this island dock, You can cross the bridge, go to the campsite. You can fish all that island, all this island, without needing a boat license. So, you know, you may choose to, you fancy doing that, but it's very useful when you know, you want to go from the dock to the campsite. I'll show you what I mean now. We are now on the island. You know, we got there by pressing. Can you see the life ring or that post? It's a ferry. Yeah, they've got a ferry service going. So up there you've got. I'll show you. Up here we have 3. You've got a grocery store. You got your bait fish market. They've not got so many fish. We'll have to see if they'll buy some off us when we've got some. And we've got the tackle store. Nice lure boxes there, aren't there? And there's something up there. Tackle store. Okay, and we now go across the bridge towards the campsite where we can make the coffee, tea, and mulled wine. There's our pot. We don't have to light the thing, but by pressing E, you actually light it. You know, so you've got that going. Press yes to use it or Y to use it, and we'll make a coffee. These give you 3 drinks of hot coffee. And together, you know, you can fight the strong fish because you can put your stamina bar up with coffee and tea and mulled wine. I'll show you the recipe in a minute. Okay, that's the coffee made. I will be doing regular streams. I'm very new to streaming, only a week, and I hope to improve my streams and microphone quality and actual talking without saying in every sentence or after every break. It's a bad habit I have, and forgive me for that. But yeah, if you give us a follow, I will, you know, listen to any of your requests and demonstrate to the best of my ability how to catch a certain fish with a certain, you know, lure or certain method on a certain water. So if anybody wants me to fish any of the other lakes and, you know, demo, you know, a lure catching it, or I'll do my best I can, you know. Okay. This is making the mulled wine. It goes into this flask, hot with spices, hot spice wine. I think it's a bit nice on a cold day like this, actually, isn't it? I'm not sure if I've run out of wine. That's it. No, 2 more. 3 then, so. Okay. Last one. Oh, I made a mistake there. Last one. Okay, and that can stay there, so when we buy another bottle of wine, we can make one. Okay, so that's how we make all the hot drinks in the campsite. I'll just show you. In fact, I'll show you the recipe to put them together. Lady of Gain showed a recipe that give you a lot more stamina, and it lasted for, you know, when you're digging or you're panning for insects with the spade or anything. It takes a lot of your power down and everything. So this is a recipe that she came up with. One cola, one coffee. I may not have enough room to do it actually, but I can tell you the rest. One tea. May have gone over the top on the moonshine, guys. One more wine. I don't think we've enough room to actually put this in. We don't. So if you watch the levels, they've gone up. If I'd have played that, if I'd have put the sausage in, then top and bottom levels would have come right up to nearly full levels. I'll feed it as soon as I can feed it. That level on the power bar went up a bit more. But if you time it, that there's about a quarter of food on the second bar down, just below a quarter, just still in the yellow. If you do that recipe and finish with the sausage, it'll give you almost all full bars, which is pretty neat. And it lasts. The power bar regenerates because of I think somebody said the coffee gives you a quick boost of power, and the tea makes that power last longer when they're used together. So you get the initial boost of the coffee, the caffeine, and then the tea gets that caffeine so it regenerates. The power bar starts regenerating and filling up. So that's one to, you know, give it a go, guys, and see how you do. I'm going to leave the stream there now. Thanks for watching. We've had some good fish this session. Unfortunately, another good fish got away, but that's all in a day's fishing, in it, you know. Thanks to DA-Tub. I think that I probably pronounced that completely wrong, but thanks for calling in, my friend, and hopefully I'll catch you on a later date on another stream. Thanks for anybody watching. Appreciate it. Okay, see you later, guys. Thanks for watching. Thank you, guys.